Hey everybody, Johnny McAwesome here. We're going to go over IG-88 in detail. Um, don't be fooled by the fact that this guy only has one gun. He is going to hit like a damn truck. Um, Alright, so let's start this off. I've got him up to gear 11. I've only got the one piece of gear on him. But this one, can I farm this one easily enough? Yeah, I can. Yeah, so that piece of gear, I mean, I'll get it. I'll get him on there before too long. It won't take too long. Now it's going to give him 10% potency, which means diddly squat to him, but that 5 armor penetration is going to be pretty sweet. So let's take a look at his mods. Alright, so he's got 30 speed. Again, we want to get his speed up to around 180 if possible. Anything above 150 is alright, but as closer as above 180 if we can, and then we'll be doing as much damage as we really can do during a topple, getting as many turns in as we can. Alright, so he's got 30 speed on a health arrow. Again, it sort of coincides with the fact that I've only got this 3-dot triangle on him with 26.25% critical damage. It does have another 1.2 crit chance, which is nice. This one has 3.4 crit chance on the arrow, and then plus 40 straight offense. So go to the square. Again, it's offense. It does have 1.87 crit chance. That's nice. Go to the diamond. That's defense as always. 3.3% crit chance, 0.84% offense. Like, he does have some decent booster stats in there. Here, his nice protection circle. 4.37% crit chance, plus 25 offense. Those are nice stats to have. The offense, yeah, it could be higher, but obviously it upgraded the crit chance, so I'll take it. I like crit chance, and on IG-86, crit chance is amazing. So then I've got another 23.5% critical, or sorry, 23.5% protection on this crit damage cross. It does have plus 37 offense. If I could get another secondary stat in there that's better, I will gladly do that. But for now, this does give him some added survivability. So those are his mods. And let's go look at his stats where you can see the modifiers. So his protection's up to 23,000. He's got 9,000 boosted in there. So I mean, you can see his survival rate is just as good, if not slightly better, than IG-88. But he's doing great. So he's in pretty solid shape. His speed, yeah, if you notice on his secondaries for his mods, he doesn't really have any speed there, any at all. So that is something I can work on with him. Will I be able to get him up to 180? Probably not, but if I could get him to at least 160, 165, then I'd be pretty happy with him because he'll have enough additional turns. His crit damage, 206%. Again, I need to upgrade this 3-dot triangle up to a 5-dot, and then I'll be at the 216 cap. Potency really doesn't mean anything for him, so I'm not sure why it's so high, but it is, and if he had anything to do with potency, he'd be great. So physical damage, we're just shy of 2,700. I do need to beef this up as much as possible. Crit chance at 56%. If I could get that again up to the 70% mark, then IG-86 is going to crit every single time. But as it is, he does have really good odds of hitting a crit every time he shoots. 27.6% armor. Again, I mean, the armor and defense stuff isn't that important for him. The whole reason he's here is to deal damage. We're gonna have Jawa Engineer looking after heals for him, and Jawa Engineer, like I mentioned in the IG-88 video, I've gotten him quite quick now, so his cooldowns are going to be up pretty regularly to be able to drop these things down for these guys. Okay, so if we look at Precision Strike, I've got all of his abilities omega'd. So deal physical damage to target enemy with an additional 50% chance of a critical hit. With his critical chance as it is, even without HK's 30% buff, he's going to critically hit this shot every single time. He's at 106% chance to crit, so he's not going to he's never going to not critically hit his basic. Now with this one, It's Omega for the sole reason that the cooldown's -1. So basically, he can use this ability, shoot a basic, use this ability again. It gives him so much more versatility and extra damage. Now, if he calls an assisting ally as a droid, which it seems to happen pretty often that he's going to call IG-88 to help him, which is the best case scenario. I mean, if he calls HK, great. At least IG-88 still does really solid damage. Excuse me, I'm quite tired, so I'm yawning here and there. Anyways, if it's a droid, both attackers have an additional 75% crit damage. With all the buffs they have to their critical damage as it is, that's like almost 300% critical damage from what it would normally be, which you will notice is a big difference in the numbers. Like, for example, IG-88, he might crit for around 16, 17,000, but with this extra 75%, now he's critting for about 22, 23. You'll notice those bigger numbers, and it's really satisfying to see those, especially during a topple. It's just very, very nice to see. So now we go into, so here's his unique ability. IG-86 gains 4.5% crit chance for each living droid ally. So he's looking at, I've heard 9%, but I truly believe that it's 13.5% because I believe it's going to count his as well. If it's the 13.5, then he's at about a 99.5% chance to crit. If it's only the 9%, then I mean he's really at 94.5%. So he still has incredibly good odds, even with his Assassin Droid Tactics special ability there, to crit every single time. It's very rare you're not going to see him throw a crit, especially during my videos here. He also has plus 20% crit damage. So he's designed strictly to critically hit often and hard, and he does a great job. I mean, there's really not much else I can say about him. He does everything he needs to do. He's a very versatile attacker. He's pretty squishy, but that's what you expect from him. He's a glass cannon essentially, same as IG-88. Like, I mean, look at these little twig legs. I mean, do you really think he can take much damage? No, he's gonna drop like a sack of bricks when he's actually focused. But I mean, we've got Chief Nevitt for his taunt. We've got other abilities to sort of shelter him from the damage and allow him to maximize the damage he's dealing. And you'll notice at the end of my phase 2 turns that not only is IG-86 damage around 500,000 or more, so is IG-88. Like, they're both very close. Usually IG-88 wins out, but that's because he has an AoE damage attack, whereas IG-86 doesn't. So that's going to help at the end of the day. IG-86 he's only got one utility, and that's his special where he calls an assist. Everything else is just his damage hitting really, really hard. So that's why I want to get his physical damage closer to around 3,000 if possible. If I can get that up to 3,000, I'm going to notice a sizable difference in the offense he's dropping. In order to do that, though, I'm going to end up losing a bunch of his protection, which I haven't really weighed the options of that yet, and once we do Heroic Phase 2 next time, I'll know if that's wise for me to do, or if it's going to make him die too soon for him to really be effective. And if he dies too soon and IG-88 dies too soon, Jawa Engineer's only going to revive one of them, and then he's going to have to wait another 3 or 4 turns, and that's a hit of damage I can't really afford to have both of them drop. Not at the same time. Alright, so that's my rundown of IG-86. I don't think there's any more detail to really go into with him. I'll come back shortly here, and I'll have another video for Jawa Engineer, and then we'll close out with Chief Nevitt. And you guys can see everything about the guys that I have and where their stats are with their mods. As you can see, my mods are not super mods. They're not world-class mods. I am 95% free to play. I will buy the odd crystals or the odd mod from the shop if I have the credits sitting around. But in general, you won't see me actually be putting much money into the game. And so what you're going to get is you're not going to get these all-star mods. You're going to get whatever the luck of the draw is, and unfortunately, I've never been one that's lucky. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I should be back here in probably about another 10-15 minutes or so, and I should be uploading a video on Java Engineer. I'm really excited to talk about him. I got him to Gear 10 last night, so that's what you guys get to look forward to, and I'll see you next time.